Okay, we have discussed a quick return mechanism. So this is the quick return mechanism, and yeah, this is the input link. Okay, and this is the output, and maybe let me increase the speed so that it could be a little animated. So the reason it's been called quick return is because when it goes in the forward stroke, it will take a lot of time compared to when it comes to reverse stroke. Okay, but at this moment it doesn't look like that. Maybe if we switch this position B, okay, see, now it's going slowly and then now quickly it's coming back. Maybe if I further, so quickly it's coming back and then it's going front, quickly it's coming back, right? Okay, so now in such mechanisms there is one parameter we'll be interested, which is known as quick return ratio. So what is this quick return ratio? It is the amount of time it takes to go to complete a forward stroke to the time taken for the reverse stroke. Okay, time taken for the forward stroke will be large compared to the time taken for the reverse stroke, so this quick return ratio will be greater than 1. Okay, so let's identify, let's see what is the quick return ratio and how to calculate the quick return ratio. Okay, so if you see, so up to here it's going in forward motion. Okay, and after that it's going in a reverse motion, and then once again it's going back in the forward motion. So now the thing is, if we assume that this input link is rotating in a constant angular velocity, then we can say that the angle this link covered will be proportional to the time taken. Okay, so now what we need to do is we can redefine the quick return ratio in the following manner. It is the angle it swept. Okay, so the angle this particular link swept during the forward stroke to the angle it swept during the reverse stroke. Okay, so let's see what is the angle it swept during the forward stroke, and maybe if you see, okay, up to here it's going in front. Okay, now it's kind of reversing back. Okay, so maybe roughly 210. Okay, the angle is from horizontal line to here, it's 210, and it's going up to maybe 320. Okay, maybe, so roughly 320. So the total angle is 320 minus 210, so that's the angle during the reverse stroke. The remaining thing is forward stroke, and we can calculate that angle by subtracting this angle with 360. Okay, so therefore we will get, and if we take the ratio of this angle, let's call that as theta f, and this angle let's call that as theta r. Okay, so this theta f divided by theta r. Okay, and one more thing we need to notice is when it's going to the extreme position, look at the angle of ACB. Okay, and it's going to the extreme position, the angle of ACB will be 90 degree. Okay, and the same condition applies even this extreme position. Okay, and we can use this information and we can identify what is the forward angle and what is the reverse angle. Okay, or what is theta f and what is theta r. Okay, fine. So now let's say it has some value. Now I want to have a different quick return ratio. What I can do, I can change the position of this B. Okay, if I change the position of B, let's say I'm changing it like this. Now if you see, the quick return ratio will be different because now the 90 degree will come only here. Okay, which means this theta r has got increased slightly. If I take this point even further, okay, then it will theta r will increase further, which means quick return ratio will come down. But at the same time, if I take this B value very close to this one, then at that time, if you see, so theta r will be this very small angle. Okay, very small angle. So therefore, if I take this B back without changing any of the link length, okay, I can increase the quick return ratio. But there is one problem. The problem is, look at the stroke length. Okay, so if you see, for this case, the stroke length is enormous. Okay, enormous. Okay, so it's more than 9 or almost 10, right? Now at the same time, if I take my B to this position, okay, look at the stroke length, very small. Okay, so by improving the quick return ratio, what I have done is I have lost my desired stroke length, right? So that's the problem with this quick return mechanism. So in order to overcome this quick return mechanism or this issue, what we have, what is the alternative is this mechanism, and this mechanism is known as Whitworth quick return mechanism. Okay, so if I play it, you will see the difference between that slotted quick return mechanism and this quick return mechanism. By the way, this quick return mechanism will generally be used in machining, where this will be used as a holder which holds the machining tool, and when it goes forward, it will cut the specimen, and when it comes back, it will just come back and be ready for the next forward stroke. So when it comes back, it doesn't require to come slowly, okay, as slow as the forward stroke. Okay, and therefore we have to instead of wasting time in the reverse stroke, we could, if somehow, make it quick, then it will be an efficient, and for that reason we will be using this quick return mechanism. And this is a Whitworth quick return mechanism, and in this quick return mechanism, if I change the position B, okay, so even for this, this is my forward stroke, and in reverse stroke I'm coming quickly, and let me change the position of this. How am I going to change the position? Yeah, let me change the position, and if I change the position, the quick return ratio has got down, okay. And at the same time, if I come like this, the quick return ratio is increased enormously, okay. What about the stroke? Notice the stroke. Okay, the stroke is somewhat like this, so it's between -1 and slightly more than -4, okay. And if I change my B value, what's happening? Okay, even here my stroke length has got decreased, okay. But I don't want to have my stroke length differ with respect to the quick return ratio. So what should I do? And one more thing, even here, if you notice, the quick return ratio can be calculated using this angle, okay. The position where this link and this link are having 90 degree, and similarly the other position where they are 90 degree, okay. So based on that we can calculate the quick return ratio, but still we face the same problem. So what we could do is, let's increase this link length, okay, this driving link length. So if I increase, I'm increasing such that it, say I'm increasing it like this. Now I'm going to run. Just look how the whole mechanism has got changed. See, now when it comes back, it's like a snap. It comes back that quickly, right? And fine, that's fine, but what about the stroke? So it's going from -1 to -5, right? Now let me change the quick return ratio by changing the position of this B, okay. Let me change by changing this one. Okay, I have reduced the quick return ratio. That seems obvious. Now look at the stroke. It's going once again between -1 to -5. So there is no change in the there is no change in the stroke length, but there is only change in the QRR, quick return ratio. So that's the speciality of this Whitworth quick return mechanism, okay. Right. So, and one more thing, for this case, how can I identify the quick return ratio? So if you notice here, when am I getting the extreme position of this E value? I'm getting the extreme position of this E value when this, when this point D reaches this line. Just notice it, right? So that's the extreme position of extreme position of E, and then the other extreme position is, okay, the extreme position will be somewhere here, right? So that's the other extreme position, okay, which basically means the extreme position can be identified when this A, C and E, those 3 points become collinear, or in other words, this line and this link, okay, this link and this link becomes collinear. See, this is one case and the other case is this. So those are the two extreme points, and at those points, If you also notice this particular point, that will also lie on this line. Okay, so based on that we can identify theta r and theta f. For example, if you see from this position, okay, to this position, okay, so this angle will be theta r and the remaining will be theta f. Okay, so using this we can calculate theta r and theta f. And also, if you notice, in order to change this, say I want to increase my QRR, which means I have to decrease my theta r. So how can I decrease my theta r? By pulling this B point downwards. Okay, if I pull this B point downwards by doing this, okay, now if I see, so that's going to be my theta r, so which has got reduced, which means my quick return ratio has got increased. That you can notice here. See, so that's the benefit of Whitworth quick return mechanism. Okay, so construct this mechanism and just change the link length and explore what is the stroke and everything. And I want you to notice one more thing. I want you to identify the relation between the length AC, okay, and the stroke length. Okay, so I want you to identify whether there is any relation between the length AC, the length between A and C, and the stroke length. Okay, so just identify it. Okay, thank you.